Hi, Paola.
Hi. Hi,
How
hi.
are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm good. It's so
Oh,
nice to
nice.
see you,
Yeah, nice to meet
and
you.
it was lovely to watch your piece. My name is Shruti. I'm from Team Sanskar India. And guys, this is Paola from Mexico who's joining us for our artist talk today. What time is it there, Paola? You're all the way on the other side of the world.
Sorry. Here, 12 p.m.
Okay, wow. It's in the morning, right? It's morning there.
Yeah, well, like passing through morning to afternoon, kind of. Yeah, but it's daytime.
Okay, nice, nice. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank
If you
you.
would like to begin with telling us a little bit about yourself, about your dancing journey, and yourself as an artist, we would love to know.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm from Mexico City, and I studied on National School of Classical and Contemporary Dance. It's one of the kind of official schools here in Mexico. I studied contemporary dance and I graduated 3 years ago. And since I was in school, I realized that for me it was so important to know like the real artistic world. Like I wanted to be at school, but at the same time I wanted to be in a company or like I wanted to touch the professional world. So I started to look for scholarships to be able to travel because it's so expensive, like flight,
Right,
accommodation, and food, and also you have to pay the school where you want to be,
right.
or just summer school. So I I received an invitation from a good company here in Mexico. I love two of their dancers, so I was so excited, and that's that's how my career kind of began, really.
Right. Okay.
And I don't know, I started to meet all the things that I have to do if I wanted to create, like not just dancing, like what do I have to learn, theoretical or in the stage or musical, or you know it's like a whole world. And
Right.
I was so young and so new. Then I make voluntary work in Gran Canaria, Spain,
Okay.
because I didn't earn the scholarship that I wanted, So I decided to create something and share it there. And it was with children. Then
Okay.
I went to
Wonderful.
Barcelona to prove and know. And I just wanted to meet, like the world. When you're young, you want to
Right.
go outside. And then
Yeah.
I work with a lot of, with some companies here in Mexico. With one of them, we made a tour on Paris. We have the
Okay.
opportunity to work together, Mexican dancers with one from different countries, musicians, and we returned here to Mexico to dance in Palace of Fine Arts. I don't know if you know it, but it's like the most important place here in Mexico. It's
Yes.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really like a palace.
Right.
So I know this was this performance was like another breakdown for me because I started to think, do I want to create? Yes, I want to create. Which kind of artist do I want to be? So after this, I stopped for some time because I needed time. I needed time to train myself with all the different dances that I wanted to learn, not just contemporary dance. Also, I like a lot of Broadway dance.
Okay.
And I don't know, I just stopped. Then I began to prepare myself, and then I in some time I felt like, okay, I'm ready. I'm more sure than I was before. So, well, that is a little bit of my career.
Okay. When you say you were sure, what was it that made you feel like, okay, now I can start creating? What was that moment
Because
or that feeling?
actually, was some months before the quarantine
Okay.
when I realized that I needed to dance. I really need to create, because if I didn't do that, I was in an uncomfortable place. In not the uncomfortable, not the good uncomfortable when you grow.
Right.
It was more like, I am not the person that I want to be. I need to do something that I believe, and I need to do in something that I can give everything on myself. I think that was the point.
Okay, interesting. Since you mentioned quarantine, how was the quarantine situation in Mexico and how did that influence your work that you created for the festival?
Influenced a lot in the work. It's everything. Um, it's hard here in Mexico because I actually, a lot of questions came to my mind when I was thinking what I wanted to create, especially for the theme that is uncertain, challenge uncertainty, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So the first thing that came to my mind was stop. That's why my piece is named Stop. But at the same time, I thought that here in my country, not all the people are able to stop. Here in my country, not everyone can stop for 4 months, and actually
Right.
cannot stop for no time. It's not possible. We are not prepared to with savings. We don't have enough money. We don't have, the system does not support that. So I like block a little bit thinking about that because, well, you know that we are artists. We
Yeah,
don't have all the support. And here in
right.
Mexico, there are like two kind of not groups, but it's like two poor people and two rich people. And they we all live in between that. We are surviving in
Right,
between this.
right.
So in the quarantine it's like the same. We're just passing through difficult times, but there are people that are passing through much more difficult times. So that's how I started to try to think and try to answer my own questions, but I couldn't. So I just started to feel and to make like a journey to what I thought that I was living, and a lot of people was living too. I mean, I cannot speak for all the persons because it's so
Right.
difficult, but at least what I think was important was that everyone that could see me could, no matter where they come from, especially because this is virtual and this is in a worldwide way. So I just wanted to, they felt like we were having some kind of communication. I don't know if with the storm or if with my costume or the end of the piece, that to me is so important, that because it's like my conclusion.
Right. So talk to me a little bit about these interesting choices in your work with the storm and the costumes and all of that. Was that something you planned, like, okay, there's gonna be the storm and then I will go and film my work? Is that like, did you make these very conscious choices?
I have the desire to dance in the rain a long time ago. And here in Mexico right now it's raining since 1 or 2 months ago. I
Right.
wanted to do that, but I didn't know that day was going to rain. and I didn't know it was going to be a storm, a big storm. So
Yeah.
I was a little bit blocked when we were rehearsing because
Okay.
that space it was so hard. The floor were rocks, so I couldn't move
Mm-hmm.
really well. But after some rehearsals, after maybe 5 times that we make the piece another and another and another time, it started raining, and the storm became stronger, and the thunders were powerful. So I just
Yes.
felt like, oh my God, yeah, this is the moment. This is my time. This is the piece. I have everything. This is like a gift and a miracle. So I cannot
Let it
do
go.
something. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that was interesting because in moments there was like this almost thunder, I think.
yeah, yeah.
And I
That
was
was
like,
real.
wow, this is so cool because it's like a
Yeah,
lighting effect.
yeah,
And it when it happened the first time, I was like, what's happening?
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
actually there. It's so strong.
Yeah, I thought that like maybe you were going to think that that wasn't real, but I was like, yeah, it's real. It's kind of magic. Yeah. And the costume, I was looking for something that, as I said, everybody could um,
Relate with
identify.
somehow.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, even if
Mm-hmm.
you don't work with a suit, even if you are not a man, and also the fact that I was dressed like a man, it's something so important. And because as I wrote in the description of my video, the him, it's the him that all the time makes the decisions in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That masculine part that for a long time have ruled the world, and
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
that part. And the place, it's a university. I was looking for, because
Okay.
we were locked down, where we now are locked down, kind of. But I was looking for an empty space, but not just a
Mm-hmm.
room, because I wanted something more open. So it's the National Autonomous University of Mexico. It's a
Okay.
so famous university here, and it's the School of Architecture. I was looking for different landscapes, like the nature and the rocks, and I don't know, like a mix. So we walked through the university and find this place. And well, this is the place. And the second costume, it was like my second freedom skin. I don't know. I didn't want to do it naked. I thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't want to do it naked right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I look for something that to me was freedom, to me was power,
Okay.
to me was love, to me was something real and essential. And that's why we
Mm-hmm.
finish well with a hug. Because for
Mm-hmm.
me, that resume that it's like at the end, even if you are in the storm, even if you are in the quarantine, even if you are in any process that you are going through, the hug, the meaning of the hug, it's the essential. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if for everyone the essential is the same.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it will be nice if the love will be the essential,
Yeah.
but it's not 100% real. So
Yeah.
yeah. And the music. I I have some words that I wanted to use, like just
Mm-hmm.
for inspiration. And weeks before we started to prepare the everything, I thought that the music for me is so important because it's always my inspiration. Even if I have a thought on an idea or a sensation, the music is so important.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started to look for music, and this song was kind of a gift also for me because it was free, and I
Yeah.
find yeah. So I I found it and I decided to use it because it was also like a movie, like the the sound that they use at the beginning. I like it so much, and what they say is
Yeah.
it's like a joke. It's like if some like a contrast, like this is
Yeah, I was
happening,
just
but
going to
this
say
look like
that yeah, your piece is to me like a strong word is contrast because you mentioned gender also. You start in a very masculine form and then you come more towards your skin, whatever that is you identify with. And then there's the nature and the rocks. And there's this beautiful music and the storm. So this contrast was so interesting to see.
yeah, because
In different ways, there was a
yeah,
contrast. Yeah.
yeah, and actually because we're living in I think we're living in so hard times because we have to be happy. We have to prove to all the world in Instagram, in Facebook, in even if in our homes, even with our parents, like,
Yes.
oh my God,
Yes.
I'm so successful. I made this, or it's like before what I am is like I am this. This is my paper. This
Hmm.
is my picture. This is my so so yeah. I wanted to
Yeah.
do like a joke or something like
That's
are we
very
real? This
interesting.
is what we are. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And how did you hear of Sanskar and what made you motivated to apply for a festival like this?
Well, I actually didn't know the festival before this.
Hmm.
Was kind of lucky. Sukesh, hi Sukesh.
Hmm.
uh,
Rakesh, yeah, he's
yeah,
here.
hi. Um, talked to me about this festival, and I was actually in the mood of creating something because we were in different emotions and
Hmm.
thoughts and in these 4 months.
Hmm.
But I started to make research and I was like, oh my, it's such a great opportunity to make something right now, make something that is talking about what we are going through right now, that it's it's an event so hard and in the whole world it's like this has never
Yeah,
happened before. What are we going
yeah,
through?
yeah.
So for me this was like such a big opportunity, and I decided to go for it. Although I block a little bit with what
Hmm.
was I told you, the questions and the things that we are going through right now, and
Hmm.
but there is also the other part that I have to create, and if I
Yeah.
don't make the most of these opportunities, when
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And how did you feel watching? Because for me, it's so interesting that there are so many pieces coming from this. Everyone's in the same situation and creating these works. So how did you like feel about this and watching works? Did you feel like, kind of, because I feel like everyone is mirroring me in different ways. How was your feeling about watching these performances?
I felt that I felt nice because I felt that we were creating a network, and
Hmm.
in this moment also I think this is the essential: make community, make teams,
Right.
make partners, make if you don't have that and I can help you, let's do it. So these kind of festivals, these kind of opportunities, these kind of invitations are
Hmm.
are amazing right now because I think that sometimes it's more common to do it after the thing is happening. But now we are doing it right now, where the thing, where the event is happening.
Hmm.
So I think this is a precedent of something that is going to be told and write on books.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like
Forever.
one time in many generations we are experiencing something like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's such events always inspire art in so many ways. And as you're saying, yeah, we will talk about it, and so much more art will be created, I hope, uh, using this time as a backdrop, as a background.
Yeah.
We have a few questions for you, Paola.
Okay.
So I will ask you some of them, which are from the audience.
Okay.
What is your inspiration to continue with your art in quarantine?
My inspiration is the power of sharing, I think, because it's, I know that as I sometimes don't feel well, I cannot leave the bed. I don't want to eat.
Yeah.
I know that if I am living that, another person is living that. And if I can share something, not just beautiful, but something real, enough, if I can give something of me to maybe just one person, or like right now, much more persons,
Yes.
I don't know. It's like I I am opening a door. I think that it's
Absolutely.
my inspiration right now in these difficult
Nice.
times.
Okay. Thank you. Our next question is, what is your big dream as a dance artist or as a choreographer?
Right now, kind of the same. Being able to share with more and more and more people and to create something more powerful. Creating something, I cannot say a place or I don't know what, but to create something and to invite people, not just dancers,
Yeah.
not just artists,
Yeah.
everyone that wants to see, that wants to speak, that wants to, you know, share, or I don't know.
Yes.
I always thought that for me it's so important to use my art to help, but I also realized that before art, at least my country and another countries needs money, needs opportunities, needs another system. So it's kind of confusing, but I like to create that.
Yeah, no, I understand completely what you say, because in times like this, yes, people need food and money and opportunities, but also I think, as you said, to share yourself and to be able to inspire even one person or many people in a difficult time like this, where you don't feel like getting out of the bed or having food, it's a very special thing also, and it's as important as other things, I think.
And I think it's, I have this to give. So I
Yeah,
give you.
yeah,
It's all I
yes,
have. So
true, absolutely. In what way has art changed your life? Very, very, very profound, important questions.
in what way what? Art has changed my
Has
life
art changed your life? Yeah.
in all the ways. when I when I when I decided to be a dancer, before I decided to be an artist, I don't know if it's different, but for me it is. Everything changed. I was so so mental and so, how can I say that? So
Crazy? I don't know.
yeah, well, kind of. I art opened my world. Art makes me think in other people. Art makes me realize that I wasn't alone and no one is alone, that we are in this together. Art makes me see the historic events in my country and in the world in a different way.
Right.
I think that is what art makes for me.
That's very interesting and very true.
Very true.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, someone is asking us about crowdfunding. Okay, the crowdfunding campaign is still on. It will be on till the end of the month. And you can go to the website and click on the donor box and make a contribution. Big, small, medium, it doesn't matter. Everything is important right now. So if you can make a small contribution and also share it with your family and friends, and of course, watch the beautiful performances that we have every single day, that is already a very good thing to do. So yeah, that's about the crowdfunding. And do we have any more questions? Yeah, I think someone asked earlier, what is the most important technique that you should learn as a dancer or a choreographer? What is your take on that?
Well, in my school, as I think in all the official schools, classical technique is the more important. But
Yeah.
to me, I think that we are living in a moment in the world that you are free to do whatever makes you feel good. But also you don't have to forget that it's so important to be responsible with your body, with your work, with your art. So also if
Absolutely.
you don't like a lot to go to the gym or to run or to do workout, sometimes you have to. But it's nice that you have to find the training that you are most comfortable, and always take care of your body. I think it's the most important, and how you take care, eating well, for making strength of your muscles. And I think the technique is important because if you have the technique, you are not going to have a lot of injuries, and you are going to
That's true.
make a more intelligent body.
Absolutely. And also it helps you, I think, express a lot of things with your body when you have the technique. What
Yeah,
is in your mind or in your heart, you can really get it out through the body.
and to know you,
So,
like
yeah.
what you are able to do and what you don't, and what you can work, what you need to work. So yeah, I think that.
Yes. Someone saying Paola's performance was lovely and great choice of music. How did Paola decide to choose the song? I think Paola already told us a little bit about it in the beginning of the live. So I think you can watch always the live, which will be saved on our IGTV. And you can hear Paola speak about her artistic choices that we discussed in the beginning of this talk. Paola, is there anything else you would like to share with us for today?
I don't know, maybe that if we are having this opportunity of stopping right now, and if you have that opportunity, even if in your country you are not locked down, we have the obligation, I think, of making the most of it. And maybe the most is not the common thing that we think is the most. Maybe the most, it's a little thing inside you, inside your mind, or with your children, or with your neighbors, or in your neighborhood. I don't know, but if
Yeah.
you can do something, do it, because tomorrow we don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an interesting point you made of stopping and using that stop to express through your body, which is again another contrast. Like I was saying, it's so much about different sides of the scale somehow. So that's very interesting that you mentioned that. Yes, thank you, Paola. I would like to thank you for taking your time out to talk to me and to talk to everyone and share your process and experience.
Thank
And
you.
guys, please go watch Paola's work. It's on till 11:59 Indian time. And Paola, we would like to thank you from Team Sanskar and all the lovely people who watched your work today.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation to the festival and this interview. It's so nice.
Yes.
Nice to meet you
Yeah, it's so
also.
nice. Yes. Some very important and nice discussions we had today. So I'm very thankful for that.